Hello, everyone. It's William here at Allegory Gallery. I hope you're having a wonderful Monday. Lots going on here. I'm just getting myself sorted. I hope you're all doing well out there. It is a cold, very cold. As I was looking here in Ligonier today, it's sunny. That's a good thing, right? It's at least sunny, but it is very cold. So we've been trying to keep warm, getting things done. We've done some rearranging to our windows. We did our windows today and been doing some rearranging in the store today. And I found some things, as I have been lately. We found some beautiful ice resin bezels, ice resin brand bezels that are that have never been put out. So I'm going to show you those. We have Vintaj Patina Paints. We have a number of them. We still have a few in stock. Every time we do a project for the Great Beat Extravaganza or Andrew Does a Live, and we talk about the patina paints, everyone inevitably starts asking us if we have any of the Vintaj Patina paints. They changed their formula. They moved to a different style now. So these aren't generally being made anymore, but we have them. And we have a few of them still left in stock. And so I figured I will show you what we have left. If you'd like to purchase them, you can go ahead and purchase them by sending us an email or sending us a message and requesting the ones that you want. It will be first come, first serve. We are getting down to very small quantities in these. So it'll be first come, first serve, but you can at least hopefully get these if you've been looking for them. I know they're becoming harder and harder to find. Like I said, they've moved on to a different product category kind of, and they're not doing the same formulation as their old patina paints. So we have them. Hopefully you want them. If not, we'll just put them on the shelves, back on the shelves, and that's okay. But we always get questions. Like I said, every time we do a demonstration, there are a few people who message us and ask us if we have them. And so I figured instead of doing it one by one like we sometimes do, I'm just going to put them out there again so you all can check them out and see if you want any of these. We also have some paint brushes. I have those, so if you want to see those, you might want to use those in your projects too. So we'll have those available. And as I said, the ice resin brand bezels. We have lots of different kinds of bezels, and I'll show you those today too. How's everyone doing? Let's see who's out there with me. Suzanne is here. Thank you, Suzanne, for tuning in. Marianne says snowy and blowing today here. That's pretty much what it's like here too. 23 degrees, and it was snowing earlier. It was really weird. It's been coming in like gusts and waves here. I went to the coffee shop earlier today, and it's a block away, right? Block and a half. When I walked there, I was covered in snow. My sweater was totally white almost by the time I got there. And then on my way back, there was no snow and the sun was out. So it's been a wild winter kind of day here. Michelle is here. Thank you for tuning in. Donna, thank you. Amanda says, hello, snowy and blowy as well here. Teresa is joining us. Thank you for joining us. I have somebody out there in Facebook land. Thank you for joining us. Someone else in Facebook land. Thank you for joining us. If you are joining us from within a group, a lot of times the reason I see like right here where I'm seeing, where am I there? Facebook user is because you have not hit the link in the description of the video where it says streamyard.com/Facebook. You have to click that link to let StreamYard see your name. Otherwise, I don't know who you are because all I see on my end is this. But hello, thank you for being here anyway, no matter what. Whether I can see your name or not, we appreciate you viewing. Donna says 75 for a high today in central Alabama, then bad weather on Wednesday. I think we're supposed to climb up into the 50s again by the end of this week, I think. Somebody's got allergies out there. Michelle says it's better on YouTube, right? YouTube is good. YouTube has good quality out there. And they don't, penalize you for things you said 2 years ago, generally. One of our friends found out that they are in Facebook jail for, I think it's 80 some days. Now this is a business. This is somebody's business. And they made a joke about something 2 years ago. And Facebook found that post from 2 years ago and flagged it today, or well, actually it was last Friday, flagged it last Friday for something they said 2 years ago. And they are now not able to use Facebook properly by streaming or anything for 87 days, I believe it was. That's almost 3 months, everyone. That's a quarter of the year that a business is not going to be able to use their Facebook account. So this is why we ask you all, please, please, please join us on YouTube. Go subscribe to us on YouTube. You know, with Facebook doing these things where they're finding things that you said years ago and penalizing you now for it, and you can't fight it. You can hit a button, doesn't do anything. Please join us on YouTube. It's really, really sad what Facebook is doing. So we love Facebook. You know, that's where most of you are out there. As I said, though, we would like you, if you possibly can, to start transitioning over to YouTube. It's not that we're giving up Facebook. It's just that we're making plans in case we must stop using Facebook because for some reason we're stopped by Facebook or by Meta. So, you know, it really, with Facebook becoming Meta, or Meta becoming the company that owns Facebook, and them trying to do the metaverse, which is kind of the world in a type of virtual reality and whatnot. I'm a little bit afraid for the future if Meta is the company who kind of runs the metaverse or rules the metaverse, because the fact that you could be, you know, for something you said 2 years ago that wasn't caught then, there was nothing was wrong then, suddenly for them to penalize you over something like that, it doesn't bode well for how they're going to treat this entire new universe they're trying to create, right? So I really think, you know, we have to not put all of our eggs in one basket. We have close to 8,000 or some followers on Facebook here, but we would also like you all over on YouTube. That way, at least, I know they're both big companies. They both can do what they want. They can kick you off the platform at any time. But generally, from what we've seen, YouTube is a little bit less drastic in some of the things they do a lot of times. And I don't know. It's just, it's good to have people in both locations so that we can find you and that you can find us, right? Let's see what else is going on. Amanda says better video and audio quality on YouTube. I've heard that a lot. I love YouTube. You know, I have watched YouTube for a long time. I was going to make a post the other night. I didn't grow up, you know, we always talk, so I'm going to talk a little bit here first. I didn't grow up with cable TV. We had a big antenna on the roof. I don't know if anyone remembers these. They were these giant antennas on the roof, and you had a little box usually inside your house with a rotary dial on it, and you would turn that dial and it would move the antenna around on the roof until your picture came in on your TV, until the antenna was situated right. In each channel, sometimes you'd have to slightly adjust the antenna sometimes. That's how I grew up. And so, you know, during the time of MTV and all that stuff, I missed a lot of that because I didn't have cable. So now, I was just talking about YouTube. The other night, I was awake at, I don't know, it was 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, something like that. And I couldn't sleep. And so I went into my office and I kind of had all the lights off and just trying to get myself ready for sleeping. And I started watching music videos of music from like the 80s and early 90s that I never saw the music videos to. And I went down this rabbit hole of watching all these old music videos that I was like, I had no idea what they were ever like. And it was kind of fun. I don't know if any of you have done anything like that, but it was really interesting to see what the actual music videos are to music I listen to all the time, right? And I've never seen them before. Hello, Harry. Thank you for tuning in. Michelle says, yes, much better for quality on YouTube. Let's see here. Michelle said, I agree. I wonder if someone reported that. It seems strange otherwise. I don't think so. That's not the first time that I've heard of that. It's happened far too often to a lot of people I know, where Facebook has been penalizing people for things they've said years ago. 2 to 3 years seems like as far back as it's going, from what I hear on most people. But I have heard probably more than I can count on both hands the number of people that have been penalized for things they said on Facebook years ago. So I don't think it's stuff that's being reported. I think it's just things that are, Facebook has those memories that they allow you to share. They come up with memories from years ago. And I think there's maybe something in their programming that when the bots that check for stuff see those things popping up in memories, even if you didn't share the memory, I think the bots are catching things in memories. That's my guess. I can't be 100% sure because I don't know when all this is happening to everybody. But my guess is there is something that when those memories pop up, the automated software and the automated bots are catching them, and they're starting to penalize people over them. Let's see here. Donna remembers the big antennas. Susan, yep, 3 local channels, right? We had channel 4, which I think was ABC. Channel, I think 2 was CBS, 4 was ABC, 6 was NBC. And that I think was it. I think we got 2, 4, and 6. And then as I got older, maybe 10, but I think 10 was just another version of 2. I think 2 and 10 were the same. They were like both CBS or something. And then as I got older, channel 8 came in, and that was Fox. And that's when they had, that was a new channel up until that point in time. And that's about all you could get with your antenna on the top of your roof. Teresa had one too, right? Marianne says, we physically moved our antenna. One time our box broke and my dad had to go up on the roof. Yeah, and we were adjusting the antenna. But yeah, you had to climb on the roof if you needed to adjust your antenna. Diane says, my dad would stick his head out the bathroom window to turn our antenna, right? Is TGBE on YouTube? Suzanne, many of the companies also stream to YouTube. Like we stream our presentation to YouTube as well. I'm trying to think if there is actually, I think there is a TGBE on YouTube. I think it's youtube.com/The Great Beat Extravaganza. You can check that out to see if I'm right or not. But I download all of our presentations. Before we were streaming to multiple locations, I would download all of our presentations and upload them to the TGBE YouTube channel. So yes, it is on YouTube. And I'm just trying to see if I think. Hold on one moment. Un momentito. Yes, it is. Maybe. I don't know if they designed it yet, but if you go to thegreatbeatextravaganza.com, on our website, I created the website for the Great Beat Extravaganza. If you go to thegreatbeatextravaganza.com, there's a little button in the upper right-hand corner to click to get to the YouTube channel. So you can click it right there and get there. And a lot of the companies do stream there as well, or if they don't stream there, a lot of times, like I said, they will download the presentation from Facebook or from their cache, wherever they've done it, and upload it to YouTube afterwards. So, but during our presentation, you can watch it on YouTube. At the same time, you could watch it on Facebook. So yes, there is a YouTube for that. Chris says, we know what the songs were, but not what the singers or groups look like, right? Right. I was just listening to, now I can't think of it. Is it Paul Simon? Diamonds on the soles of her shoes. No idea what that one looked like. And then the other one, which I can't think of the title now, I had this stuck in my head. And you can call me Al. I forget what the rest of what the actual title of it is. Anyway, I had no idea Chevy Chase actually mouthed that singing in that music video, which was really cool. So that was what kind of started my rabbit hole situation this weekend. Michelle said we had rabbit ears. Yeah, we had rabbit ears on the smaller TVs in the house because the big antenna could only hook up to the main TV, which for the longest time, we only had one TV in the house, right? That's what people did. They had one big TV, and it was one of those big wooden TVs. It was in a wooden console. Didn't have a remote. You couldn't change the TV channel from afar. We kids, my brother and I, were the remotes for our parents, right? But you had to actually change the channel with a knob. So that had the big antenna on the roof. But as TVs became a little bit less expensive, my parents put one in their bedroom too. And so sometimes we would watch it in there if they were watching something else. And that one just had the rabbit ears as well. Hello, Susan. Happy birthday, right? I think today's your birthday. I think I saw that. So happy birthday. I hope it's a great one for you. Donna said we had 4 local channels: ABC, NBC, CBS, and an educational channel. Oh yeah, we got channel 3, PBS. We had channel 3, which was PBS. So we did have that would sometimes come in, not always. Yep, Susan said we had 3 network channels and a PBS and 2 independent channels. That's fancy. That's fancy. Harry says we had the roof antenna, but it was fixed and everything was black and white. Yeah, our antenna at least moved. That was we at least had that. Let's see here. Are you doing a lot for the spring fling? I mean, a kit for the spring fling? Maybe. We're working on things now. We're working on a lot of things. There are a lot of things coming up. And in the TGBE that we haven't announced yet. And so there are multiple things that we are working on. One of those is still a Ukraine kit, so that we can donate funds there. We're working on some other kits that we're thinking of. We have some new things coming up that I can't talk about yet. So I hate not being able to talk about stuff because I know and I'm excited about it. But you'll definitely want to stay tuned to the TGBE page and group for some things starting to come up soon. So we will have something for the TGB. We very rarely actually sell our kits in advance. And sometimes maybe that's a bad thing because maybe y'all spend all the money on the pre-sales. But I do hope you'll save money. And even if we don't get the pre-sale done and sell stuff, because we always have stuff for sale during the Great Beat Extravaganza. And I think we're going to have some nice kits coming up. So do stay tuned for that. That's one thing I wanted to ask all of you out here. When, if you've been following us for a while, our kits don't generally have a predetermined outcome. So that meaning when we make a kit, we sell you the pieces and components and you do what you want with them. Do you prefer that? I want you to anybody who's watching this, anyone, I don't care who you are, if you're watching this, please in the comments, let us know, do you prefer kits that have a predetermined outcome, meaning that kit is composed to make a very specific project? Do you like that better? Or do you like open-ended kits where you purchase them and you have the components and you can do what you want with them? That's how we've always done it for the most part. And we make our kits, it might be a colorway, it may be an idea, but there's something to tie the kit together, but then you make what you want with it. But we've been tossing the idea around lately. Maybe people prefer, you know, like a kit that actually makes something, and there are instructions for it that show you how to make that. So in the comments of this video, please let us know, which do you prefer? One, do you prefer an open-ended kit? Or two, do you prefer a kit that has one purpose? You make one certain thing with it. Let me know, because we're trying to decide going forward. It's not that we're going to flip entirely. If somebody wants things that kits that make things, we're not going to change our entire everything. We'll still be doing our normal kits. Don't worry about that. But we would like to know, this is a good time to know, because you all watching are some of our biggest followers and biggest supporters. So I would like to know, do you like kits that make a certain thing? Like, this is a kit for earrings, this is a kit for a bracelet. Or do you like the open-ended kits that we have normally sold? Let me know. Let me know. Donna says, it's fun to go back and watch those music videos from the 80s. I think so too. It's been really interesting. This isn't the only time. One other time, a few probably months ago now, I did the same thing. I kind of fell down a rabbit hole watching music videos. And so it's fun. It's fun. Susan had rabbit ears too. Nice. Michelle says, my little brother served as our remote, right? It was always the youngest kid. It was always the youngest kid. The young kid that had the ability to turn the knob, right? For a while, that was me, and then it turned into my brother. Of course, by the time my brother came up a little bit more, we were starting to get TVs with remotes, right? We didn't have a lot of money growing up, so we couldn't afford the remote TVs right away, but we did finally get one. Let's see here. When HBO was out, we had cable. See, I didn't have cable. I don't think I had cable until, I was trying to think about this. I don't know when the Real Worlds came out, but it was a few seasons, I think, into Real World on MTV until we had cable. I was probably 13 or 14. So that was maybe 94, 95. And it wasn't cable. It was finally Dish, like Dish or DirecTV. I think it was DirecTV we had first, was the only way we could get that. Let's see here. Harry said, I just posted in the design challenge group a necklace from silk and check glass. Thank you. I'll have to take a look. I haven't gotten a chance to look at that yet today. Diane likes open kits, kits that do not have a particular project. Teresa says open-ended kits too. Donna likes the open-ended kits. Suzanne says open-ended kits, node predetermination. Harry said open-ended, no need to duplicate anyone's ideas. Michelle says do what you want. Susan says that's what I like about them. They are open-ended and jumping off point for inspiration. Susan says open-ended. See, that's what we were wondering, because we see a lot of, and not that there's anything wrong with it, we just see a lot of predetermined kits that it seems like a lot of people are doing and a lot of people are selling out of. And we thought, are we doing the wrong thing? Because we don't always sell out of our kits. And we're starting to wonder, maybe people don't like the open-endedness of our kits. Maybe they don't want kits to be open-ended. Maybe they would prefer just to make a project. And I know there are two types of people. I know that. And we kind of, I mean, I personally kind of take that, like, I don't want to make someone else's project either, right? I'd rather make my own thing. But I think there can also be fun in making someone, it's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle, right? You know what the puzzle is going to be when you're done, but you still do it anyway, right? It's still something you do. So making a kit that has a predetermined outcome, you still know what the outcome is going to be, but it can still be fun to do it along the way. And so that's what we weren't sure, if maybe there's maybe a bigger trend toward predetermined kits right now, and that's okay. I mean, we can do both. But just wanted to see what kind of thing what you were all thinking out there, and whether maybe we're missing something in that maybe more people want predetermined, but it doesn't seem like that here. Suzanne says, I'll buy other kits, but rarely use that like that. So you don't do the predetermined stuff. Joanne likes a little bit of both types. That's good. Michelle says open. Donna says open-ended as well. Susan says, I prefer one thing, but I am not creative like most. And that's the thing too, is maybe if you're a beginner and you don't really make a lot of your own jewelry yet, the predetermined kind of kits are easier or better. I could see that. When I first started getting into it, I could definitely see the appeal of that. Oh, let's see here. Susan says, love the real world, right? People may like to see what you do with the kits. Yeah, sometimes Andrew will do some things like that with the kits and just make some things too. But that's kind of the same thing as like our theory on if we show you how to make something, then we don't want everyone to necessarily think they have to make that, right? So we kind of stay away from showing anything necessarily made from the kit a lot of times because we want you to use your creativity. So yeah, I get it. It can go both ways, definitely. Michelle says, I like kits because you can get all the components at one time, but you can still make what you want. Otherwise, things sell out and you don't get what you need. I get it. Definitely can happen, right? So yeah, we're just kind of wondering. If you're watching this in the rewatch, please feel free to add your comments too, whether you want a predetermined kit, whether you like those better, or if you like just open-ended kits like we usually do. That's what our inspiration kits are about. They're open-ended. They're usually based on a colorway or a theme of some sort, and they're just a little bit of something to give you a little boost to your creativity, right? Or maybe you pick a color that you don't normally use, because some of our kits are pretty inexpensive, $10, $8, even 20 some dollars is not a lot necessarily for a kit. And maybe you pick a colorway, you don't normally work with green, buy a green kit, and you have some components and some stuff to play with. So that's the way we look at it. We look at it as fostering creativity. But I know that our kits aren't necessarily maybe beneficial to beginners because beginners maybe want more of a solid structure. Sometimes you have to walk before you can run, right? So maybe that's something to think about too. So let us know. Like I said, if you're rewatching this, let us know in the comments too what you think. I think that's all I've got for right now to chit chat about. That took 30 minutes already. I can't believe it. Time is flying today. I don't know how, but time is flying lately. I don't know if you felt that too. Heading into spring here, time is going by fast. But yeah, anyway, is that happening to you? You have time flying by? I can't believe we're almost into April already. It's pretty insane. They say as you get older, time goes faster. I think that's true. I definitely believe that. Norma's on with us listening while driving home from spending too much at the bookstore and craft store. Don't I know it? Don't I know that feeling, right? Especially for me, the bookstore. You know, a lot of the craft stuff we have here and it goes into the store when we buy it. And we always spend too much, right? Even for the store. But personally, the bookstore, I spend a lot in a bookstore. But it's all for good stuff, right? It's all for good stuff. Someday I'll read my books even, right? Someday when I'm retired and have nothing else to do. Let's see here. Donna says, time has flown. Marianne says, it is flying by, right? It's crazy. Susan says, spinning faster. Donna spent too much at the bookstore last week, right? Yeah, it's, yeah, they say that one of the theories of why time seems like it goes faster as you get older is because there's like less of it. So it just seems to go by faster, which seems strange to me, right? You think you want to make that feel longer. But they say that because the more of your life that you've already lived makes the other part seem like it's going faster. I don't know how that works, but it does. It does seem like time goes by really fast. But I think we also get so caught up in our days and in our, you know, our own personal procedures, the things we do every day, the things that we do on autopilot. I think as we get older, more and more things happen on autopilot. At least they do to me. And I think when things happen on autopilot, we're not mentally present, right? And there's just so much as an adult and as a responsible adult, right, that you have to do. You have to take care of things. If you have animals, they have to get fed. You have to, you know, do certain things, clean your house. You have to do your dishes. And all of this stuff happens, right, when you're on autopilot. You don't think about it anymore most of the time. It's just something you do and something you have to do. And before you know it, time is flying by, right? Because you're not paying attention. You're just kind of zoned out and doing what you need to do and getting things done. And so I've been trying to be more present and think about things as like, I'm literally here right now. I am here right now. I am here right now. I keep reminding myself, I am here right now. I am living in this moment right now. And it's been something I've been trying to do. I'm not saying it's slowing down how fast time feels like it's going for me, but it does sometimes make me stop and at least take a breath in between everything. Harry says you will know when you get older, right? We all know as we get older. We all know as we get older. Saunders said, I just said to a coworker, I can't believe it's April, right? It's crazy. Michelle says, life is faster. Everything is rush, right? A lot of things are. A lot of things are. And I think that's, I don't know. Some of it I think we have a choice of, and some of it I think is pushed on us, right? But that's why I'm just trying to remember and tell myself, I'm here right now. I'm here right now. I'm here right now with all of you. And I'm very thankful that you are here with me right now. So those are good times to meditate, right? Yeah, there is something to be said for that, as long as you can truly do that, right? Laundry, folding your laundry, doing the dishes, those are all good times that you can kind of zone out, right? And sometimes your mind needs that break. I know mine does. Shower, right? Being in the shower, kind of doing dishes, doing laundry sometimes. Sometimes you can zone out during those. Not always, right? Sometimes you're always thinking about what you have to do next. But like when I'm in the shower, I can't have my phone. I can't have my watch. I can't have notifications. I can't have all that going. So I turn on the music and I just zone out. And that helps. And that's kind of meditative, right? At least you can like let your mind purge or reconcile all those things that are going on in there. But yeah, I think it's important to try to remember that we are here, right? Let's be here. Let's be here right now. Let's hang out. Let's have fun. Let's forget everything else that's going on around us. And let's just chat, right? And hang out. And now I'm going to show you some products. So if you would like to purchase these products, let me throw up our email address here. info@allegorygallery.com. Michelle's ready to sing Kumbaya, right? Yeah, I think, you know, and we can joke about it, but it is true. It is true. Time goes by fast. And, you know, owning a small business like we do, and like many of you do, I know many of you own your own small businesses. And even if you don't, working for somebody else, you're busy. You're busy a lot. Sometimes it just helps just to, you know, take a break. And sometimes we don't give ourselves that break. But I saw a Facebook post the other day that pretty much said something to the effect that if you don't take a break, your body at some point will take it for you. And I think that is definitely the case. I know with my anxiety, if I don't kind of take a break and let myself calm down sometimes, my anxiety will decide to do that for me by giving me a panic attack, right? And it will stop things in its tracks. And so I know that that happens to a lot of people, and I think it's very important. It has nothing to do with beads, but I hope you are every once in a while giving yourselves a break. You deserve it, right? Take a break. I was just watching a lady on Facebook braid bread. She said she just stopped and said, I got lost. I'm thinking of 100 different things. Made me think of our conversation the other night, right? Yeah, we were talking about how our brains, some of us, our brains talk to us and they say a lot of things. Let's see. Andrew says, and then I pop up and guilt is to work harder. Yeah, Andrew gets guilty if he's not working all the time. He feels guilty. But he's one, talk about not resting. Andrew doesn't rest very often. He goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. And some people can do that to a point, but even Andrew sleeps sometimes. And so I think it's important to always give yourself a rest. Suzanne says, it's Respect Your Cat Day. What kind of a day is that? Respect Your Cat Day. I think my cats get more respect than people sometimes. But that's good. That's good. Marion says, I always try to respect my cats, but sometimes they are so silly. Let's see. People treat their cars and phones better than their bodies. Folks, you can buy another car or phone. Take care of yourselves, right? It's true. It's true. My precious phone that I, if you accidentally drop, you're like, but what happens when you load your body up with junk? It just feels good, right? It seems like it for a while. But it's true. You got to treat yourself good. Treat yourself well. Let's see here. Michelle says, I am making a little pink basket with seed beads, pearls, and plastic beads. That's cute. Getting ready for Easter time. The Energizer Bunny will eventually crash, right? It's true. It's true. Can't go forever. They might want you to think it can go forever. I can guarantee those batteries do not last forever. I've had some. All right. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at some bezels. Ice Resin brand bezels that we have, and some Vintaj Patina Paints. All right, I'm gonna flip the camera around, so don't mind the ceiling while I do that. Don't mind the mechanical noises of my stand moving down. Michelle says, bead and breathe, right? Bead and breathe. Yeah, sometimes beading is a very good way, right? And I know that's why a lot of us do beading, right? Because it's a good way to kind of meditate. It's a good way to kind of meditate sometimes. Okay, so I should have gotten these a little bit more organized before I started, but they're semi-organized. Hopefully I don't repeat myself, but maybe I will. Who knows? But here is, you're going to hear a lot of this, a lot of that today. Here is the first bezel. Ice Resin Bezels. And so you can see these. You get 2 in this set. I think all the bezels are $7. They're all $7 a pack. Whether there's 1 or 2 in there or more, $7 for the pack. And this is the first one. This is the first one. This is antique bronzed, and it's a small circle. Andrew says, I know that I am a product of consumerism and capitalism. I guess it's a coping mechanism and survival skill. I think when you grow up poor, you're always worried that you could lose everything. That's true. That's true. I also like to buy things. Andrew likes to buy things. You get that kind of hit of dopamine, right? Or something when you make a purchase, when you buy something that you've wanted or that you never thought you could have, or just a little pick-me-up. But that can be dangerous too, right? Every once in a while, that's nice to get yourself something, but it can also be dangerous, right? So we have to remind ourselves to try and slow down sometimes, right? So if you would like any of these things you're seeing, send us a message here, info@allegorygallery.com. Just send us an email. Let us know. If you can, take a screenshot, right, on your device. So, and send us that. That'll make it easy for me to know which ones you want. That's the easiest way. Otherwise, you can say antique bronze small circle for these. Antique bronze small circle. That's the description I have for them. And if you use that description, I should be able to find what you want. We only have a few of each of these, right? Susan says, like that feeling I get when I buy beads. Yes, 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 right? And you know, I think there is sometimes a difference. Like I like to buy electronics. That's my thing. I love electronics and I love buying them, especially Apple products. And I do a lot with them. But there are sometimes I have to just tell myself no, because this is not going to change your life or do anything different in your life than what you're already doing. When you're doing beads and when you're doing beadwork, especially if you make things for a living, at least, you know, that's something in your arsenal, right? But if I have two different tablets, you know, one tablet is kind of another tablet, right? And there are different purposes for different things. But, you know, like I go to the bookstore and I buy lots of books. And I don't need all the books. I could put some of the books back, and I've been good sometimes, but you know, sometime down the road, I will read those books, hopefully, or they will be given to somebody who will read those books, right? But I think there's a balance you have to strike, right? I think there's a balance you have to strike. But when you're doing things like, that's one of the reasons I like beads and I like beading and I like this bead world, because when you're using these, you're using your creativity, you're adding to the world, right? You're adding beauty to the world, or you're adding something new if you come out with a new design or a new style. And I think that's personally and universally enriching, it's really one of the reasons I love being surrounded by this stuff all the time. Andrew said, I also don't know if most people realize how much goes into keeping a creative castle afloat. If we do our job right, it seems effortless and easy, but it requires a lot of time and energy. It's true. It's true. You see me on here for maybe an hour or two every day, or once every an hour or two, 4 times a week generally. But it takes a lot more than that, right? It takes a lot more than that to keep everything going. And you see Andrew once a week generally, but it takes a heck of a lot more time than that on his part. Let's see here. All right, so this is one of them. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by talking as I normally do. Everyone's out there probably like, just show us the next bezels. I'm trying to put these back in the bag. These are very noisy bags. Donna says, I already finished one of the books I bought and halfway through a second one. You are a fast reader. Susan said, you are a fast reader. I'm not a fast reader. My head talks to me too much and it slows me down. Those voices in our heads. Andrew says, my creativity has helped me overcome so much in my life. I think whenever there's hardship or adversity, that creativity has helped me. All right, next bezel. This nice large bezel. This is a rose colored, kind of coppery, but it's a kind of rose gold colored medium circle. Rose colored medium circle. If you're using a description, use that one. If you're taking a screenshot, just take the screenshot. There it is. Let me see if I can show you that. There's that. Try and show you the depth on here a little bit. I think these are really cool. If you work with resin, these are really awesome bezels to use. Harry says, I create almost 9 to 10 hours a day just to make, photograph, and list the stuff from my Etsy shop. I have to schedule package pickups almost every day. That's awesome. That's awesome. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of time, right, Harry, to be creative and to make a living off of it. All right, so there's that one. Also $7. These are all around, I think they're all $7 for the bezels. We were lucky we got a lot of these at the same price. And so we're able to offer them to you at that good price. Andrew says, bezels are great and way easier to buy than to make. I've been making my own bezels lately and it's a lot of work. Yeah, Andrew almost had a meltdown the other day trying to make, literally, almost had a meltdown the other day trying to make his own bezels. Bezels are great for resin, but you could put epoxy clay and embed stuff too. Next up, this is the medium circle in sterling color. Medium circle in sterling, if you like that. And I like this textured edge, if you can see that on the bezel itself. Nice textured edges on those. And 2 points of contact here, 2 points of connection. Here, I'll hold it like this so you can get a picture if you'd like to send a screenshot and purchase that. Remember, we send you out an invoice. If you send us an email, please also send us your shipping address so we know where it's shipping to, so that when we charge you, we know if we have to include tax or not. If you're in Pennsylvania, we need to add tax. Get these organized here a second. Up next, this is the Antique Bronze Medium Circle. Antique Bronze Medium Circle. Michelle said these will also work with polymer clay. Yep. Andrew says if you ever made a sample for a stitch and then not known what to do with it, you can glue it into a bezel and call it neat. Here he says, I enjoy creating, whether it's beading, sculpting, clay, or assembling jewelry. Yeah, creating is good, right? It's good for the soul. It's good for the soul. Andrew says, if you do use polymer clay, bake it, then pop it out and glue it in. Bake it, pop it out, and glue it in. Yeah, you want something that's going to keep it in there, to glue it down. All right, so there's that one. Let's see here. I'm trying to keep these because I know I have some that are duplicates, and I don't want to show you the duplicates. That is the duplicate of that one. Next up. This is the Antique Bronze Medium Heart. Medium Heart. Andrew says, otherwise you could scratch the surface and hope that the polymer clay sticks in there, but it's best to glue it down in. This is the Antique Bronze Medium Heart. Heart Bezel. All right. Do y'all like bezels? Do y'all use them? Hopefully you like these. Did I do this one already? I did that one already. Suzanne says, I use bezels. Good. Good, good, good. Okay, next one. Andrew said, these are also soft enough metal that you can drill holes and rivet things as well. So there you go. There you go. Okay, next up, this is a Rune Bezel in antique bronze, round Rune Bezel in antique bronze. If you're using descriptions, if you're doing a screenshot, boom, it's easy. Take that screenshot, send it to us in an email. Don't forget to send us your shipping address when you send us that email. We do need to know where it's going. We do need to know where it's going. And these are all $7. If you missed that at the beginning, $7 each per pack. And some of these we have 3 of, some of them we have 6 of, some of them we don't have many of at all. So if you see what you like, or if you see something you like, grab them now. These are things they're not going to go bad, right? They're not going to go bad. They can sit in your stash until you're ready to be creative with them. Here's another Rune Bezel. This is a small Eclipse Rune Bezel in antique silver. Small Eclipse Rune Bezel in antique silver. So if you're sending me descriptions, please send the whole description. Small Eclipse Rune Bezel, antique silver, or just take that screenshot. Here he says, I like to layer UV resin and sparkly stuff in bezels. Sometimes it looks like opal, right? You can add that glitter in there, make it look like an opal. Michelle says to show the heart bezel again. I missed it. Okay, I'll show it in a little bit here. You can always do the rewatch too, remember? But I can show you real quick. We've got a lot to get through today, though. Can't go back too often. Let me see here. Let me grab, where was it? No pile here. There it is. There's that heart one. I don't know if I have any more heart ones, but that is the antique bronze medium heart. All right, here we go. Let's see, what else? What else am I doing here? Come on, this is it's hard to get back in this little package. This package is almost too small. You're welcome, Michelle. Let's see, that is the same thing as that one. Ooh, that's a big one coming up. We've got a large one. Can these be used for cabochons? If you have the right sized cabochon, there should be no reason you'll have to glue it down. But I don't see why they wouldn't be. These are all flat on the inside as long as your cabochon is flat backed. You just have to have one that fits, right? One that fits. So this is the Rune Eclipse Bezel in antique silver. What did they call the other one? The other one was the small Eclipse. This is the regular Eclipse. So be sure you let me know if you want small Eclipse or large Eclipse. Andrew said these look like a lot like Susan's sketchbooks, and he's talking about Susan Leonard Casimir, who this is her brand. Andrew said, I was lucky enough to teach a retreat called Art Fest, and she was one of the teachers. They had a sketchbook session on the beach next to a bonfire. Doesn't that sound amazing? I heard her laughing in the dark and instantly knew it was her. She does have a very, very distinctive laugh, right? Susan said, I've used some of Andrew's cabs in bezels, no problem, right? Yeah, you just have to make sure it fits either exactly or that you're going to put something around it or build it up. That's all. Yeah, as Andrew said, it can be smaller. Use epoxy putty and you can make up the difference by embedding stones around it. All right, so this is the antique silver Rune Eclipse Bezel. as opposed to the small Eclipse bezel. So do be sure that small in there is a very key word, right? You ordered one and got the other. You might not exactly like that. Maybe you want both. Then do both. Get both. These are first come, first serve. Some of these, like I said, we only have like 3 of. Some of them we have more. But that's the same one of those. Okay. We also have that larger size. So this is the Eclipse Rune Bezel in antique bronze. Andrew says she also goes by Susan Leonard now. The packaging is from before she dropped the Casimir. Yeah, this is older packaging. These are still really great bezels. Really fun. So this is the Rune Bezel Eclipse in antique bronze. It's a big one. Right. All right. There's that one. As I said, $7 each for these. $7 per pack, whether there's 1 or 2 or whatever's in the pack. $7 for the pack. What is this one? Okay. I don't think I did this one yet. Sorry if I did. So this is the small Eclipse Rune Bezel in antique bronze. So we have both that antique silver and antique bronze in both sizes. This is the smaller size of the antique bronze. Andrew said she's doing workshops on intentional metalsmithing, and I am tempted to take them. Oh boy, Andrew's going to fill up more of his calendar. Andrew's calendar is quite full lately. He's not used to that. Not used to that. So this is the smaller size. And in some cases, a lot of these used to be a lot more than what we're charging. But we got a good deal, so you get a good deal as well. As good as we can give you, right? That's what we always try to do. As good of a deal as we can. And I think this is the last design we have. And this is the round Rune Bezel. Round Rune Bezel in antique silver, as opposed to the one previously that we had in antique bronze. I really like this one. I think this is one of my favorites. I like how it kind of makes an eye when it's turned this way. And I like that antique silver color. So there you go. Those are the bezels I have to show you today. Hopefully you like those. Hopefully some people want to grab some of those. If you do, just send us that email to info@allegorygallery.com like I have on the screen. Make sure you send us the description or the screenshots and the description. You can always send both. And also please include your shipping address in the email. That'll save us from having to go back and forth. And what we will do is we will send you an invoice via Square and with everything included. And generally our shipping, I think, is around $3.75 or something like that. We'll ship them in envelopes to you. So the shipping charge will be added on there as well. And if it goes above that, if it gets heavier than that, we just pretty much eat the shipping and we don't charge you again. So that's that. Andrew says, maybe, he's doing it anyway, ask a question about what people would use these bezels for, and I'll give you a Susan Leonard prize for one of the orders. So there you go. If you're making an order, drop in the comments what you'd use it for, and also send that in your email. Put a comment here in the video if you're going to buy these, what you would use it for, what you're going to put in it, what you're going to do with it. And then also when you send us your order, put the same comment in the order, so I know that you made a comment too. All right, I don't want to miss it in all the comments. We get a lot of comments sometimes on the videos, and I don't want to miss it. And Andrew is going to include a surprise prize from Susan Leonard in one of those orders. As Andrew says, not to make it harder for Barb, who's our shipper, right? Sometimes I come in and Barb, I have to go over the instructions like 3 times because I confuse the heck out of her with what we have to include and do for the orders. You would think, you know, we're a small business. We have an online store. You would think that a lot of it is, you know, just done, right? It's just done. Everything's done. There's a lot that goes on. Add this, include that, change this. We need to do that. So it's always the easiest, right? When you place your order and everything's good and it's in the order. But sometimes that doesn't happen that way, right? Sometimes it doesn't happen that way. So if you are going to place an order with us for these, make a comment. Let us know what you're going to put in those bezels, how you're going to use them. Michelle says polymer clay and resin. Good ideas. Good ideas. And remember, when you do make something with them, join. I know I just talked about YouTube for the very 30 minutes at the beginning of this video, but we still have Facebook and we still have a Facebook group. So join our Facebook group right here. And when you do make something with any of these, take them and put them, a picture of what you make, in the group, right? Say, hey, I got these bezels from Allegory Gallery and I made this with them. And sometimes we share things in that group. Sometimes they go in our stories. Sometimes we make a post. And if you are somebody who sells things, then you get extra publicity that way. We'll tag you if we have a tag for you. And when we share it, you might get some extra publicity for it and some more likes and follows for your page or your business as well, right? That's how we do it. Share, 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 right? Share the love. Share the love. All right, what's next? Probably what a lot of people are tuning in for, Vintaj Patinas. Vintaj Patinas. Susan's going to use hers for sea glass and resin. That sounds like a good story right there. Can't wait to see it. Okay. So I'm going to start first with the individuals. And these, yeah, as Andrew said, and I said at the beginning of this video, they don't make these anymore. They moved on to a different style, a different formulation. These are the actual Vintaj Patinas that they used to make. And we still have some. Now, you're going to see some of these. Some of these need to be shaken, right? Shaken, not stirred. They need to be shaken really well because some of these have just been sitting, but they're all still good. They'll still work. Andrew says, I'm sad they don't make these paints anymore since they are so good. They're great for embellishing metal. Andrew uses them all the time. The new style they have is more translucent, whereas these have a little bit more to them. All right. So I'm going to start with the singles. The singles. The singles are $5 each. And this is the clay color. We have some of the clay color. So again, you can either write down the name or you can take a screenshot when you send us your email for these. And I'm going to put the email back up on the screen. We do prefer emails now. We used to ask for Facebook messages, but it's easier when we have a bunch of people on YouTube and Facebook both. If you just send us an email. So just send us an email. Andrew said you can use these on metal, clay, wood. There's a lot of options for these. All right. So this is the clay color. This is the clay color. And you can kind of see the color there. Andrew said maybe if folks want, we can have a paint along. If you'd like to have a paint along with Andrew, say you want a paint along with Andrew in the comments here. Let him know. You got to let him know if you want him to do stuff, right? So this is one bottle of the clay. It is $5 for the bottle. $5 for the bottle. And I'm going to try to kind of, even though, well, that's not going to work with the name not shown. I'm going to try and leave these up here like this. Let's see. I have a few clays. Looks like I have 2 clay available. So the first 2 people who do these, I'm trying to shake these up so you can see a little bit what the colors are more like. The first 2 people to send me that email that want clay, get it. Next up, I have one Cinnabar. One Cinnabar available at $5. Andrew said if you do use these, they work even better if you heat set them. Suzanne says, yes, 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 for a paint along. One person wants a paint along with Andrew. So there's a Cinnabar. I have one, let me shake this one up if I can. Got to free that little ball in there, right? There we go. It's starting to come up. Andrew says they work fine if you just paint them on, but you, wait, whoop, moving. But if you pop them in an oven or use a heat gun, they become even more permanent. Deborah says paint along with Andrew on metal, please. She says on metal, please. All right. Next up, one available Seafoam Pearl. Now, some of these colors may be available in the larger packs I'm going to show you, but if you want the individual bottles, these are $5 each. I only have one of this one available. So that's the Seafoam Pearl. Next up, we have Marble. Marble. And I think I have 4 bottles of the Marble available. 4 bottles of the Marble. I'm trying to get these to set right, but you know, they're round. They don't always set right. Andrew said, we're working on a deal to try to buy out a metal bead line. These would be super on them as well, right? We're working on it. We'll see if it happens. Let's see if I can get this one shaking. There it goes. Andrew said that Marble is a great essential in your kit. My arm's going to be worn out by the end of today. Next up, Agate. I have 2 agates available. 2 of the agate. I don't know if it's coming across. It's kind of a yellowish color. And lastly, we have, so all of these are $5 each. And then we have the small bottle of the Gloss Glaze. Small bottle of the Gloss Glaze, and that is $4 for that bottle. That's a sealer and extender. All right, so those are the individual small bottles. I guess you can't see that one there. The individual small bottles that we have. All right, put these back. Put in there. Andrew says, I use the gloss glaze on my eyes of polymer resin critters. Deborah must have missed the beginning of the video. Yes, we do sell brushes, and I'm going to show you those after the patinas. After the patinas. All right. Next up. Now, some of these, hopefully I can read them, because some of them have turned in the package, and you can't always see what's on the outside. And let me see. Let me make sure. I'm going to need one of these. These are all in order. Just to make sure these are in order so I don't show you the same things over and over again. Amanda says yes to a paint along. Michelle says yes to a paint along. All right. First 3-pack. The 3-packs are $13. $13. And this has the coral, sandstone, and turquoise in it. I guess this was called the French Riviera. I have some of these names marked on here. This is the French Riviera kit that they did. Coral, sandstone, and turquoise. And I think I only have one of this set. I think that's all I've got. So if you like that, make sure you let us know. First one to send us that email gets it. Andrew says, maybe we'll do the paint along on our takeover day, on the TGBE takeover day, which is, I think, next Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. Those days always seem to be when I'm at my other job, but Andrew may be doing a paint along with you on that day. All right, so there's that one. Next up, we have Fluorite, Smoky Quartz, and Purple Sapphire. And this one, I don't know what it was originally called. Smoky Quartz, Purple Sapphire, and Fluorite. And I think I only have one of this one remaining as well. One of this set. One of this set remaining. $13 for the 3-pack. All right. And the next 3-pack comes with Lapis, Emerald, and Topaz. Lapis, Emerald, and Topaz. I have 2 of these available only. 2 of these available. $13. And let me put all of these back in this little container. I have these all in different containers. So let me put these back. Those are done. I can set these all aside now. And let's see here. Next up, I have Shell Pearl, Seafoam Pearl, and Ocean Pearl. These are the pearlescent ones. Ocean Pearl, Seafoam Pearl, Shell Pearl. Beautiful colors in there. And that's $13 as well. Andrew says our takeover day is April 5th, which, yes, is next Tuesday. Next Tuesday. I'll be at my other job, of course, for all of takeover day. It always seems to happen that way. All right. 2 of those available. Next one is Moss, Verdigris, and Jade. These are a really pretty combination. Moss, Verdigris, and Jade. I have 2 of these available. Only 2 of these available. Let's see what's next. Next up, Garnet, Marble, and Earth. Garnet, Marble, and Earth. I have 2 packs of this available, $13 per pack. And if you do want more than 1 pack, make sure you say in your email that you want 2 packs. Like I said, some of these we have 2 or 3 of, but generally I will assume you just want 1 if you don't mention any quantities. So we have 2 of these packs available. Garnet, Marble, and Earth. Andrew said the nice thing is you can mix the colors too, like paints. Mix them up. And what's next? What do I have next? I think this is the last 3-pack. And I have 3 of these. It is Deep Turquoise, This is malachite and pyrite. Deep turquoise, malachite, and pyrite. Here, let me flip that. There you go. You can see all the names on that one. Deep turquoise, malachite, and pyrite. All right. There's that. Let's see here. What do I have next? Okay, I have 2 containers of the large matte glaze. The large matte glaze. And I forgot to write down the price of these. Let me see if I can see real quick. One moment. One moment. Oh, and of course, I get signed out of my accounts, right? Why does it always happen like that? Why does it always happen like that? Let's see if I can find. And it never fails that when I'm looking in a hurry, I can never find what I'm looking for, right? Hold on one moment. Had to scan them on the system. They're $8. $8 for the large matte glaze. And I have 2 of those available. 2 of those available. Andrew says, I love the matte glaze if you want to work in translucent layers. So if you do want any of these, grab them. And Andrew's planning his paint along, perhaps, maybe, next Tuesday. So most of you, if you order these, should get them by then. Hopefully we'll get these out to you quickly and you can do a paint along. All right. So there's those. And then what else do I have in this box? Oh, I lied about that being the last 3-pack. I have one more 3-pack, and I don't think I have these anywhere else. And of course, they're all turned around, so I can't actually tell what the colors are. They're completely turned around. Oh, I see a citrine, but there are the colors. This was originally called Sunset in Morocco. So it's a yellow, a pink, and an orange. A yellow, a pink, and an orange. Deborah keeps saying brushes. We haven't gotten there yet, Deborah. We'll get there. We're still going through patinas. Yellow, pink, and orange Sunset in Morocco. One of those left. And we have the 2-packs, which are also $13. That's their prices, not mine. 2-packs. We have the rose gold and the white gold. Suzanne knows. The citrine, petalite, and orange. See that? See that? She knows. She's a lover of them. Andrew says, the matte glaze is nice because it works with the patina paints. The paints are specially formulated so they don't always mix with other mediums and sometimes will curdle. All right, so here we have the rose gold and white gold. Andrew said the reason these are the same price as the 3-packs is because they have metallic pigments. And I think we have 3 of these available. Only 3. And remember, everyone, once these are gone, we are not getting any more. We're not going to get any more of these. So if you like what you see, grab them now. These are dwindling everywhere. Dwindling everywhere. And one more 2-pack. I have one of these left. It's Moonstone and Hematite. Moonstone and Hematite, kind of a black and white. And that's $13 as well. And just one, like I said, one of those available. All right. And for Deborah, we have artist brushes. Artist brushes. So we have this set of 7 brushes. Really nice. So here are the listings in there. Number 2 round, number 4 round, number 6 round, number 9 round, 3/8 inch flat, 1/2 inch flat, and 3/4 inch flat is what you get in there. And these are $10. $10 for the pack of 7 brushes. All right. And I have, I think, 6 sets of the brushes, and that's it. 6 sets of the brushes, and that's it. So if you like them, grab them. You can also use these on acrylic, watercolor, oil paints. They are a synthetic brush. All right. And that's it, which is a lot, but that's it for today. So let me flip this camera around again so you can see me for the end of this presentation. Let's spin this stand back up so you can see my face. Hi, hello everyone. So hopefully you found something you like in there. And if you did, send us an email right there to info@allegorygallery.com with the descriptions or the screenshots of everything you'd like. And I'm going to go through those one at a time, time-stamping them. Usually when I do this, I take all the emails and all the messages and I set up a spreadsheet and I put your name and I put the timestamp that it came in and I put the item you want. Then I put your name and the timestamp and the next item you want. And I go through it that way with everything time-stamped, and I sort by time and by the availability of the products, how many there are. And that's how I decide. I don't really decide, you decide by how quickly you send those in and how quickly everyone else has sent those in. But that's how we do it, so we make sure it's fair. Remember, if you are purchasing bezels, Andrew has a little gift for someone, if you let us know in the comments here how you plan to use those bezels, and then you also send that comment in an email to us when you send the email, Andrew's going to pick someone randomly to send you a little gift, a Susan Leonard gift. So you'll get that as well. Maybe someone will. And I think that's it. If you're not watching the Great Beat Extravaganza, we have takeover days Monday through Thursday this week. Lots of fun stuff going on in there. Many of the companies are offering specials or pre-sales or discounts. Do be sure you join the Great Beat Extravaganza group and check it out. Make sure you're in there. Get those sales. Get the discounts. We're going to be doing ours next Tuesday. We're going to be taking over. If you wonder why we call it the takeover, it's because every single company in the Great Beat Extravaganza or business gets to take over the Great Beat Extravaganza group all on their own for the day. No other company involved in the Great Beat Extravaganza can post on a day when it's someone else's turn, unless they're posting about the company whose day it is. So when we go on next Tuesday, we will be the last company, and we will take over the timeline. No one else is allowed to post in there unless they're posting about us. And it's a lot of fun, and we hope you'll join in. So mark your calendars. Next Tuesday is Allegory Gallery's Takeover Day. We're probably going to have some specials for you. Andrew's going to do his paint along maybe. We'll have some demos. We'll have some stuff going on. So it's going to be a busy day. If you know us and these kind of 24-hour things, you know, we kind of put all of our energy into that day when we can. So it should be a good time. Should be a good time. Cynthia, Green Girl Studios, is going to be going live tomorrow. Tomorrow is their takeover day. I knew they were coming up. I wasn't sure if it was today or tomorrow. I haven't even looked today. I'm a mess today. The start of the week happened too quickly for me this week, but Cynthia will be going live tomorrow. So be sure to check out the Green Girl Studios Takeover Day tomorrow. There's going to be, I'm sure, lots of good stuff. And Andrew said we went in reverse order this time. Yeah, usually we're the very first company to take over the timeline. And sometimes people don't even know what's going on yet that first day. So we flipped the order this time so everyone gets a little bit of a different experience. And so we'll be going last. Hopefully you're not all worn out of the takeover days, because we'll be having some good stuff for you. So do be sure. That's one of the things we've been preparing. I said we're doing a lot. There's a lot coming up in the Great Bead Extravaganza, including the Spring Fling coming up soon, right? So stay tuned for all of that. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, search the Great Bead Extravaganza here on Facebook, or go to thegreatbeadextravaganza.com and find out. It's a lot of fun. And there's going to be a lot going on. All right. Andrew's making special things. Special things. We have special stuff. Stuff we can't even talk about. I keep saying that. I hate not being able to talk about things. But I don't want to slip up. So I'm not going to talk about anything so I don't slip up. Andrew said we'll also be doing a tour of Star Cottage Studio. If you've not seen a tour recently, we haven't done a tour recently. If you haven't seen a tour at all, or want to know what we're doing for progress so far, definitely tune in. I'm going to be at my other job that day. So I'll be scheduling posts, I'm sure, throughout the day, or before that, scheduling posts in advance for throughout the day, while Andrew's also doing some lives and stuff. And then, we have the whole day. We have the whole day. So even when I get back from my other job, we may be doing more that you'll see me in. All right. So what else? Is that it? I think that's pretty good for a Monday. I think that's pretty good for a Monday. It's been an hour and a half, and I think that's all I've got for you. So send us those emails if you'd like to purchase any of this today. And if you need anything else, we are a fully stocked bead store. When you send us your emails for Vintaj Paints or for the Ice Resin Bezels, you can also say, yo, I need some soft flex beading wire in medium, the blue label. We've got it, hopefully. If not, we'll get it soon. And we can add that to your order. We have, everything. If you need jump rings, you need a pack of jump rings, we can add that to your invoice. If you need a strand of check glass, we can add that to your invoice. Never hesitate to add additional things into your invoice, right? It's what we're here for. It's what we're here for. Let's see. What else? Andrew says, he said, we usually take advantage of the whole day. We do. We usually do. He said, I don't think we're going to do 24 hours, but close. Close. So it's going to be a long day. We're going to make it the long day. Some people only take like the work day or, an extended work day. We're going to take the whole day as much as we can. And so you're going to see lots of Allegory Gallery on the Great Bead Extravaganza timeline. Deborah says, Andrew, I'm having tech issues. Help. Andrew is not the tech one. I'm the tech one. If you need help with tech, maybe I can help you, especially if it's an Apple tech issue. Andrew says, I'm the IT department. It's kind of true. It's true here. It's true at my other job. So yeah, if you need help with tech, I'm usually available. I may not be the quickest to answer because I am busy, but if I can help, I can try to help. All right. What else is going on? What else is going on? Bop, bop, bee, bop, 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 baloo. I think that's it. That's it. Deborah says, I took pics, but not working. I don't know what that means. Are they in your camera roll? Are they in your camera roll? If they're in your camera roll, you just have to add them to an email. If they're not in your camera roll, then maybe you ran out of space. Depends on your phone, what kind of technology, but you can always send the descriptions too. I gave you the descriptions in the video. You can always send those if you need. All right. Oh, let's see. What else? What else? I think that's it for today. I think that's it. Hopefully you're all having a wonderful start to your week. It's like I said, it's been a little crazy here. It is cold, as Susan says. Just get some nice hot soup on the way home. So it does sound good. But yeah, I always try and rack my brain. I thought the reason I'm stalling, I thought there was something else I wanted to say, but it's not coming to me. It's not coming to me. So that'll be it. I hope you all have a great evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. I hope it's a wonderful one for you. And we will see you back here tomorrow. Andrew will be here with a demo of some sort. This week is planning and proving to be crazy busy for us. We have appointments like crazy. Today was our like one reprieve day. And then I think we have meetings and appointments out the wazoo for the rest of the week. So hopefully that won't interfere with any of the lives, but if you do see a notice on our Facebook page that our live is postponed, there's nothing wrong. It's just because we're crazy this week. All right. So I'm preparing you in case that happens. All right, everyone. Thank you so very much. And we'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great one. Bye, everybody.